Number 9. How would you assure people that if they support this movement that it would not become something that you see in science fiction movies? The movie Logan's Run comes to mind from the 70s. It was far-fetched then, but maybe not now. Even without the monetary system, wouldn't people still seek power or dominion over others? Power comes in many forms and not always money-based. Well, this is true. Power does come in many forms, but the prerequisite for power is the reward for corrupt behaviors due to power. So, in other words, if you don't have a reward mechanism in society that rewards someone being given a lot of power, in other words, you remove the notion of power almost entirely, and in the larger scheme of the system that we talk about, that's exactly what we're talking about. It's based on the education of the population. I believe that if power, monetary power, of course, is the most transparent. There are other power neuroses. There are egotistic things that are there, which are, of course, cultural manifestations as well. And just as easily as they came in through time, just as easily they can go out. Even though I don't think people would seek dominion or power over each other. I don't think that that would be some knee-jerk commonality inside the system we talk about. In the transition, we're going to have all sorts of problems like that. In the transition, you have to understand that you look at two cultures. You have what's a good example here? If you were to take someone right now from a hunter-and-gatherer Amazonian rainforest and drop them in the middle of New York City, they don't know the language, they don't have the clothes, they don't have the patterns of behavior whatsoever. Obviously, it would take a good deal of time to get them to slowly come around and adapt to the cultural attributes that would make them, quote, normal in our Western world. That is basically what we're dealing with. We're dealing with two different cultures. One that is right now in theory, if you will, but I think based on absolute essentials of life and technological inference as far as what we're capable of doing. And we're basically currently a primitive culture that's attempting to transition into an advanced culture. Now, you can nitpick about those terms. Is Western society really more advanced than someone living in the Amazonian rainforest? Depends on your frame of reference. Depends on the necessity of the society. A small hunter-gatherer society sitting that has understood the carrying capacity of the earth and they are dealing in balance with their environment, I would say is equally as advanced in a certain sense as our Western world, if not more, because they're aware of their environment. Western world has become too exasperated. We don't share, we exploit. We don't, it's based on the narrow self-interest, lost cooperative interest. So in the end, we're making a transition of culture. Think about it that way. And it is 4 o'clock, and I believe I see Gilbert, so let me bring him on right now.